Good morning, YouTube. It's another day in the life of running our dealership, but we have some interesting things coming up that you guys can actually participate in.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan and we are at NG Supercars. And yes, this is our dealership and we've got some plans for this year. So a couple of things are coming up and we're gonna be going around the country and, well, maybe you would like to join us on some of these things. We're gonna talk about that in just a second, but first of all, we bought a whole bunch of cars this week. Hooray, we finally got some more cars coming. Because, well, we're really kind of getting low on cars. So that California is actually already sold. So it's back here because we told the buyer that we would do some services on it to kind of get it cleaned up and ready to go before he, well, enjoys it. He's actually already been driving around, but it came back, so we're doing an oil change, cleaning up a couple sticky buttons. So we said we'd take care of those. He wanted to use it over the weekend right after he bought it. So, you know, I get it. Like, he just wanted to go play. But Fred's 308, we have the parts to finish up the drive shaft, so we'll finally get that thing back on the road. Hooray! It's only been, 8+ months since the last time it actually drove. Corvette Grand Sport Centennial Edition, have some interested people, but no solid offers yet. I have a feeling it's probably gonna sell within about a week, maybe 2. So if you see this video and you're still interested in it, probably should act fast. This 458, holy cow, let me tell you, initially we had a deposit on it, and then that guy backed out, and then it sat for a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden it was like a deluge. And we had, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 people that were very seriously interested, and it was kind of a drag race to whoever could get in the deposit first. So a guy put in a deposit, and then even more people became interested in it. And it was like, holy crap. So first of all, we probably sold it for too cheap. Dang it, oh well. So hopefully the new owner appreciates the good deal he got on the car. But second of all, wow, apparently everyone wants the actual painted roof 458s because, man, well, that plus this thing has pretty much almost every single carbon fiber option possible. So it's a hell of a spec. But it was a little bit frustrating because this did prove the whole thing of selling cars that have dings on the Carfax is harder. So this one has a minor on the Carfax, like super minor. In 2013, it's 2012, so it's less than a year old, and it probably bumped a car or something, I don't know. And they had to probably repaint the front bumper, and that's probably about it. But, well, it made it a challenge to sell it because everyone was like, tell me all about it, tell me all about it, do you have pictures, and blah, blah, blah. We still have the Testarossa. We're probably gonna have to send it to auction if we don't sell it fairly soon, although we have 2 people who are now interested in it. No deposits, so I don't know. I'll probably give those guys about a week or maybe 2, and if that doesn't happen, then we'll send it up for auction probably in February. This 458, the consignment 458, we finally have it all cleaned up, so we just need to get pictures and get it listed online. There was a few people interested, but they were more interested in that one, so they wanted to wait and see if that one fell through. I don't know, we'll see what happens with this one. Greg Scud, let me tell you, we finished the headers on that, and the header job on that car was horrifying. It took forever, and just to add insult to injury, it like everything was going wrong. The stud snapped, couldn't fit the headers in without removing the engine mounts and lifting the engine up, doing all sorts of crazy crap to get those headers in place. Finish it all up, and I try and take it off the lift today, and the F1 pump dies. So I sent Greg a text, and I'm like, hey, your F1 pump's dead. I'm probably gonna have to order something like and get that fixed. Yeah, it sounds really unhealthy. So if you ever want to know what a dying F1 pump sounds like, this is what it sounds like. Okay, I'm gonna open up the door. Listen. Oof, yeah. See how slow it was, and it took forever to actually charge up? Yeah, that's not good. What else is going on? Okay. M Coupe, we decided we're gonna probably send it to auction. So before we send it to auction, we're actually gonna wash it and do a full paint correction on it and ceramic coat it and all that stuff because it's such a clean car. I think we could make it look absolutely almost near perfect if we just do that. And then we're gonna send out the wheels and get the wheels fixed so that there's no curb rash. The only thing is like a little scratch here and there that are too thick to actually get buffed out, but it's gonna look awesome. Harry's 488 is just chilling here. We got some stuff to do to it, some parts to put in. And the Shelby GT500 is chilling here, ready to kill some tires. So no offers on that, surprisingly. What we found is the quote unquote normal sports cars, you have to price them super perfectly. It's not like the Ferrari world, where in the Ferrari world, you could price it and be $5,000 or $10,000 off of what market is, and people are still gonna be interested, and then they'll just negotiate harder. But in the normal sports car world, people want it to be within like $1,000 or less of where it should be, right? It needs to be priced almost perfectly. So it's really quite challenging, because that was what happened with the other Shelby. Is we had it listed, no interest. I dropped it only $1,000, and all of a sudden a bunch of people were interested. So it's like we were only $1,000 off from where it should be. So I'll probably have to drop that car $1,000. What is the event stuff that you guys can participate with us? Well, two things. First one is coming up very soon, which is I am going, well, actually both myself and Josh, we are going to be at the Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale auctions. I don't know if we're actually gonna buy anything, but we're gonna go out there and take a look and see what happens. So I'm gonna be flying out Wednesday night. I'm going to be participating with the Ferrari Club at some dinner. They actually want me to give a speech or a talk. Oh boy, I think it's been 7 years since I gave a public speak like that. Okay, all right. Well, it shouldn't be as challenging, because the last time I did that was at Stanford, and the time before that was at the University of Michigan. So this is a little bit less formal, which I like. A little bit less pressure. We're going to be, of course, at the auctions Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll be there part of the day, and then Josh will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you guys are going to be in the area, like to shake hands, I don't know, maybe grab a bite to eat while we're there, see some cool cars, send us a message. Now, the more important thing is May 5th through 9th, we are going back to the Tail of the Dragon. Good Lord.
Oh, man. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yes. It's going to be awesome. So here's how this is going to work this time. I've told you, after the last tour kind of fell through and didn't happen, I'm not really going to organize any events anymore. So that's what is happening. I'm not really organizing this. What I've done is I've reached out to the Tellico Lodge, or the lodge at Tellico, and they blocked off the entire hotel for us. So if you would like to join us anytime between May 5th and May 9th, what you need to do is... Whoa, sorry, hold on. The plans changed a bit. Originally, we produced a link and allowed people to book their stay at the lodge at Tellico Plains, and it's full. We booked it up before I even got this video done. So that's like 16 plus people already coming on this trip. However, we reached out to the Tellico Plains Inn, and they have some room. So if you're interested in staying there, it's like a mile or two away. So yes, you won't be staying at our same location, but you're still in the area, and we can still work it out that you'll do the drives with us and probably hang out with us at dinners, and even maybe hang out at the lodge with us, but then you'll just crash at your own place, which is like a mile away. Link in the description below. It's tellicoplainsinn.com, and book a stay. And if you do, let me know. So send me an email, sales@normalguysupercar.com, with your information so that I can add you to our WhatsApp group so that you know what's going on. So if you booked a reservation on either of them and you haven't already, let me know, and you're not in the WhatsApp group, get in touch with me so I can add you to the WhatsApp group. But continuing on. The rest of it, it's on you. Transporting your car, on you. Buying food, on you. Paying off any tickets and gas and whatever, also on you. Now, what we will do is try and group together and figure out what roads we're going to drive, but we're not necessarily going to all be able to stick together, because I think it's going to be a larger group. But we'll try. We'll have CBs and CB radios or whatever. We can communicate with each other, and we'll have a WhatsApp group. So if you do book a stay at the hotel, please send me a message with your WhatsApp information, and I'll add you to our WhatsApp group. Tail of the Dragon, absolutely epic driving. Should be a beautiful time of year, May 5th through May 9th of this year. So that's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Cannot wait. Probably going to bring the GT40 again. So that's what's going on, and I need to change the oil in the California. And by the way, it is cold as hell. We actually had a near freeze. Well, we had it below freezing, but we had some rain come in, but thankfully the temperature rose just above freezing. Oh, and one more thing. I am actually going to be driving up to Illinois, most likely, in the next few days. So by the time this video comes out, this will already have happened. So if you're like in that area, too late. We're buying another trailer. We're buying a tandem trailer. We want to be able to haul 2 cars at once. It makes sense for these longer road trips because it really doesn't change the fuel economy very much at all. So like it only affects it by maybe 1 or 2 miles per gallon. Is not that big of a deal considering the biggest thing is aerodynamics, right? The aerodynamics of the trailer really hurt the towing, but the weight doesn't really seem to matter a whole lot. So I thought, all right, let's just get another trailer. And I put a deposit on one. Unfortunately, it's way up near Chicago. So I'm not really excited about driving up there to do that. But anyway, that's what's going on.
12 seconds later.
Well, change of plans. I got a text from our nanny. There was some miscommunications and thankfully it wasn't my fault this time. Haha. But I need to run home and take care of my kiddo. So I guess I'm done for the day. So let's continue this on tomorrow. So I'm going to head home and then we'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, and it's Thursday, which means we have the live tonight. So that's cool. So if you didn't know, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, we do a live stream, the NGS Thursday Night Live. So it's pretty fun. Join us. You can ask all sorts of questions and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Well, we'll see you in the live. And I'll see you tomorrow.
The next day.
Good morning, YouTube. It's the next day, and we're going to do a few things. So it's a Friday. Alan is back there. He's going to be washing and detailing the BMW so that we can list it at the car auctions. Probably Cars and Bids or Bring Your Trailer. Probably Cars and Bids. That seems like a Cars and Bids car to me. I'm going to be doing an oil change on this Ferrari California, which again, we already sold. So part of our deal was we said we'd do an oil change on it. And then I'm going to also clean up the sticky buttons. And then the other thing I have to do today is I need to change the oil and fuel filters and air filter on my truck. I hate doing that. The stinky diesel fuel is awful. It just makes you reek for the rest of the day. I think, believe it or not, I might be able to put it on the lift, although I don't know because it's rated for enough weight. It can handle the weight, but a lot of these lifts say even with the weight, they're still like, don't do diesel trucks. So I'm gonna Google that real quick to make sure I can even put the diesel truck on this thing. I don't wanna risk damaging it. If not, we'll just have to do it on the ground, which less than appealing. And the reason I need to do that is it's only got like 10% of the oil life left, but I'm gonna be driving it over 2,000 miles to go pick up a trailer and bring it back in Chicago on Monday. So I have only like 2-3 days to prep the truck. Drives like that normally don't bother me and I don't do a whole lot, but since the oil's almost done, I'd rather not have the oil life be at like negative while I'm driving the long distance. So let's just take care of it ahead of time. So I'm waiting for O'Reilly's to deliver all the oil for that, but we'll take care of this first. Shouldn't be a big deal. We gotta drain the oil, reset the computer, and then change filter, and that's really about it. Truck's on the lift. So the lift's rated for 9,000 pounds. I think the truck is 8,000 pounds. Admittedly, I'm not super awesomely comfortable with the idea of only having 1,000 pounds between its limits, but everything seems to be going. I've left it out there for quite a while just to be sure. So that's one of the things that sucks about having a diesel truck is you can't just change the oil, you have to change all this other crap too. So it is kind of a pain in the ass. And then I got air filters and I got new windshield wiper blades because I haven't replaced them yet on this truck and it's 4 years old now. So we're gonna do all that stuff to this guy and get it totally prepped and ready to drive. Just kind of looks uncomfortable, doesn't it?
A few moments later.
So this is like the worst oil change I've ever done where just stupid crap keeps going wrong. So first I was trying to tighten the petcock on the fuel filter and it just snapped off. It's plastic, so I was like, okay. So I called around a bunch of Dodge places because I checked the parts stores and none of the parts stores have it, but the Dodge dealership over in another town has it, so I sent Alan to go grab that. $100. Yay. Doing the oil change on this thing is just gross. Like the oil is really nasty and it contaminated with diesel fuel and it's just gross. So I'm finishing up the oil change. I'm about to pour in the oil and I noticed that the oil that the internet told me to use in this is wrong. It's not what it says on the cap. So I had to order new oil and exchange it, and it's like, God dang it, nothing's going right. And I'm covered in diesel and oil and stuff. It's just awful. Anyway, should have it hopefully done in the next hour. Okie doke. Finally got the damn truck done off the lift. Ready to rock and roll. Changing the oil and fuel filters and air filters and all that stuff takes a good little while on those trucks. It's a pain in the ass. And it takes 3 gallons of oil. Luckily that Shell Rotella T6 stuff is actually not that expensive. It's only like $80 for 2.5 gallons. So about $100 for the oil. And then all the filters and stuff cost probably another $60 or so. Yeah, so $200 or less and you can do it. Oh, I'm waiting for a wire to come in so that we can move some money around and get us a pretty sweet car for a client. Josh was doing a consultation for this car. I'm just checking my thing right now. Oh, the money's not there yet. Okay, well anyway, so we're gonna have to move some money around, so I need to run to the bank in a short bit before they close. It's already like 3 something. Oh, it's almost 3:30. Jeez, I'm gonna have to run to the bank like now. I guess that's it for this video. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Check out normalguyssupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services from us. We do appreciate you guys when you do that. And of course, NG Supercars, our dealership where you can buy some incredible cars. We'll see you guys in the next one. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.